Alyssa Poggioli, life, leadership, and executive coach. I want to remind you that you are safe, you are enough, you are valuable, you are worthy, you are successful, and that what you do is enough. I cannot tell you the amount of times I have had conversations in the last couple weeks around communication between other executives or managers and employees with the underlying theme that safety is not present. And when it comes time to then, what has to happen in order for you to create safety? There's two things that come into play. One is your mindset, your consciousness, and the resilience to choose to believe, to start telling yourself a different story. The second thing, which usually lands with especially men, is then actually creating an environment, a culture, a system that can create and confirm, kind of control the element of safety that you experience. And so how do we do this? How can we communicate in a way that it will allow us to create the result or the experience that we're seeking to have? And that answer is a couple of ways. One, if you have a system or if you are a person that needs specificity, clarity, timelines, lots of specifics around how to execute or when or where and how, then ask for that. And ask for that through repeating and confirming with your manager or with your associate. Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that you would like me to have this done by this date and this time. Did I get it? Another way is to start creating agreements around deadlines with your people too. A lot of the times people can and will mirror back what we are doing to them. So if you have a team of 5 and you all have them all working on something different, maybe in every email or every conversation you say, hey, please can you commit to having this to me by, are you willing to commit to having this, proposal or this eval or this system to me by this day and this time? The third way is to start solidifying your level of urgency on things. Oftentimes, if people don't feel safe, there's this current of anxiety, procrastination, not being good enough, not being thorough enough. So having an underlying system where others then can also abide of like them telling you if something's urgent or not. And whether it's a bracket in an email list, whether it's a certain emoji in Slack or a certain thread or channel, by allowing yourself to create systems of how and when you know that something's urgent, or being able to successfully implement a boundary around shutting off and feeling like you've done what you need to and that it's okay and that your employees will be fine and that you're not abandoning them. This level of safety can really be combated by the way in which you're choosing to communicate or not communicate. There's no such thing as a stupid question, and there's no such thing as communicating too clearly. And then the second half of that, as I stated before, is your mindset. Be resilient in what you're making up and challenging the validity and truth of it. It is not true that because you have a system and the organization may be a shit show that you work within, that you can't create a system that will enable safety for yourself and employees. Do not believe that and identify with being a procrastinator, because if you identify with a procrastinator, the actions and behaviors that are associated to a non-procrastinator can and will not reside within your paradigm or your ecology. So check in, remind yourself that you're safe, but also do something if you're not feeling safe. And remember that you are the value. It's not what you do, it's not what you say, but you. You are successful, you are worthy, you are enough, you are safe. So believe it. And more importantly, be it.